All right, so
Yeah.
today we're going to dive deep
Uh,
into this pretty radical idea,
right.
basically, that salvation through Jesus Christ,
Right.
it's a complete gift, not something that we earn.
Interesting.
And we're going to be looking at a sermon by Apostle John Isaias Moore,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it really challenges how we usually think about achievement
Okay.
and reward,
Yeah.
like that deep down feeling that we have to work for everything we get.
I think that's a very human
Yeah, absolutely.
barrier.
But Apostle Moore is saying,
Okay.
not when it comes to salvation. This is pure grace.
Pure grace.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a powerful statement.
So how does Apostle Moore even begin to unpack this idea?
Well, right off the bat, he uses this powerful image
Okay.
with 1 Peter 1.1819,
Okay.
talking about how we're not redeemed by perishable things,
Uh-huh.
such as silver or gold.
Wow. Silver, gold.
Yes.
It's like,
Back then, that was the ultimate.
yeah, it's like the measure of your worth, right?
Status symbol.
Status symbols, wealth, security.
And this passage is saying that's not what really matters.
Right. It's a complete reframing of value,
Wow.
true worth.
Yeah.
It's found in something much greater.
Okay, so then where does he go from there? How does he develop this idea?
So he takes us to this incredibly powerful moment in John 19.30,
Okay.
where Jesus is on the cross.
Okay.
And he says, "It is finished."
It is finished.
Such a powerful statement.
Yeah, it is finished. What's the significance behind those words?
Well, the Greek word there is tetelestai.
Okay.
And it's not just about completion. It signifies a debt being fully paid,
Okay.
settled once and for all. Imagine like you had this massive, impossible debt hanging over your head.
Yeah, like student loans.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And then someone just comes along and wipes it clean.
Okay.
That's the kind of finality we're talking about here.
Wow, so how does this idea of a debt being fully paid then connect to salvation being a free gift? That's a great question because
Like, I mean, we like to think we earned things, right?
we do. It's very human.
Like, we want to feel like we had a part in it.
Absolutely.
So how does that work?
Yeah, the sermon is saying that because the price has already been paid,
Okay.
there's nothing left for us to earn salvation in this framework.
Okay.
It's not a reward for good behavior.
Uh-huh.
It's a gift we receive simply through accepting Christ's sacrifice.
Oh.
And that can be a difficult thing to wrap our minds around.
Yeah, it totally challenges how we're wired.
Absolutely.
Right.
It really does.
I mean, we're all about earning and achieving.
yes, we are.
So it's like one of those debt release programs, you see those ads on TV
yeah.
where people are just crushed by medical bills or something.
Right, they can't see a way out,
Right,
and
right.
then suddenly
Boom, they're free.
free.
Except this is on a cosmic scale.
Exactly.
So to make sure we're getting this,
Yes.
so it's not about us cleaning ourselves up, like getting our act together
Right.
before God will love us.
No, he loves us already.
He loves us already.
That's the point of Romans 5.8, which Apostle Moore brings into the sermon.
Okay.
It says, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us."
So powerful.
Right.
I mean, think about that.
Just think about it.
While we were still sinners.
That's the radical nature of grace. It doesn't depend on us.
Okay.
It's like, it's not about our merit.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Okay.
Because Apostle Moore goes on to say
All right.
that all those things that we strive for in the world,
Okay.
riches, fame, power, knowledge.
Yeah, all the things that our society tells us are important.
Yeah.
The things that we should be striving for.
He's saying they can't get us salvation.
They don't get you to heaven.
They don't get you to heaven, yeah.
And he gives examples of people who, look successful,
Oh.
but they're spiritually bankrupt. He talks about it like a shiny apple. That's rotten at its core.
Wow. So he's saying it can be deceptive,
It can be very deceptive.
worldly success.
Right. It might look good on the outside,
Okay.
but it doesn't address that deeper need for spiritual wholeness.
So where does that leave us? What's the takeaway here? What does Apostle Moore want us to do?
This sermon ends with a call to action
Okay.
to accept Jesus' sacrifice and receive that free gift of righteousness.
A call to action.
Yeah, it's an invitation to step out of the mindset of earning and striving
Okay.
and into a posture of receiving.
Wow. That's a big shift in thinking.
It is.
So if salvation is a gift and not something we earn, how does that change our perspective on everything?
Well,
It's got to change everything.
it does.
I mean, think about a time when you worked really hard for something,
Okay.
put in the blood, sweat, and tears,
Yeah.
finally achieved it,
Right.
And now imagine you were just given that thing, no strings attached. How would that change your perspective?
It would change your relationship with that thing.
Completely.
Yeah, it wouldn't be about ownership. It would be about gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe that's part of what it means to accept this gift of salvation.
Can be.
Right. It's about approaching it with humility,
Yes.
recognizing that it's not about us and what we've done, but about what Christ has already accomplished.
It's not about our efforts.
It's pretty radical.
It's radical, but it's life-changing.
Yeah, it's life-changing. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's what I hope you take away from this deep dive today.
Yeah.
The idea of grace. It's a lot to wrap our heads around,
It is.
but it's worth wrestling with.
So true.
It's a concept that can completely transform our
This
lives.
changes everything.
So keep exploring.
Yeah.
Keep asking questions
Don't be afraid to challenge your assumptions.
and see where this journey takes you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
All right, so
Yeah.
today we're going to dive deep into this pretty radical idea,
Right.
basically, that salvation through Jesus Christ.
Right.
It's a complete gift, not something that we earn.